Yo, what's going on, guys? Back for this Wednesday slate. We got a nice slate for tonight, so let's get right into it. Looking to bounce back tonight. We were looking good heading into the late games, but the Dodgers three-man stack that I rolled out with Turner, Kemp, and Kike just didn't come through. So looking to bounce back today. We got a nice slate, like I mentioned. Before we get started, please be sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Pitching, I love Sale at the top here at 13K. But he is expensive, and after I completely faded Coors on Tuesday, I definitely want to stack up Coors today. So I'm going to spend down a bit for a guy that has similar upside to Sale in this matchup, and that's Kenta Maeda at 9,300. He's been amazing lately, 25, 25, 35. He does have big upside games here. He got 35 once, hit 39 against the Rockies, 37 against the Marlins. So, and I love him here in the spot in Petco against these the Padres here. It's a great matchup for him. The Padres are 26th in the league in batting average versus righties, just 233. They're dead last in slugging percentage, and they're third in highest strikeout rate this season. So, I like the discount they get from Sale. It's almost $4,000, which on a slate like tonight is going to be a big deal because I definitely want to stack up Coors today. I might do a full-on Coors stack if I can make it work. And Sale is really hard to do that with Chris Sale. So, and also at the end of the day, I think we will see Maeda and Chris Sale similar DraftKings points. Like if Maeda is only 5 to 10 points away from Chris Sale, I'll definitely take that at the end of the night. Second pitcher, I'm going pretty cheap, and I'm going with Sam Gaviglio of the Blue Jays. He's at 5,200. I'm looking for a cheap pitcher so I can do a core stack here, and he looks like the best option. I'm not really worried about the Braves' run total being high. Frankly, I think it should be a lot lower. Gaviglio has been really good this season. He's faced some tough matchups. He's faced the Yankees. He put up 16 against the Yankees, and then earlier when he faced them in June, he put up 20. So a couple of tough matchups for him against the Yankees, against the A's. He did great. So he's pretty solid, has a great ERA, good strikeout rate, almost is averaging a strikeout per inning. The Braves don't strike out a lot, but I still like that you're getting a cheap guy that does have good strikeout stuff, so that's hard to find. And at 5,200, if he can get me 15 to 20 DraftKings points at the end of the night, I'll definitely take it. I think that will be great value on the slate because he's been excellent this year ever since he's starting for the Blue Jays. And I mentioned the core stack, so let's start out with first baseman Paul Goldschmidt here at 5,900. Couple of reasons why I love Goldschmidt here. First of all, a lot of people paid up for him against a lefty, Tyler Anderson, and Goldschmidt didn't come through, so they will be less inclined to pay up for him at 5,900. And second reason is Goldschmidt absolutely crushes the ball versus Herman Marquez, and Goldschmidt notoriously absolutely crushes it in Coors. So looking at some BVP numbers for Goldschmidt versus Marquez, Goldie is 8 for 15 with 5 extra base hits and 3 home runs in those 15 at-bats versus Marquez. So at 5,900, you're getting might be a pretty low-owned Goldschmidt on this slate. So I absolutely love him at this spot. Third baseman, going to go with his teammate Jake Lamb at 4,700. Now, Lamb is a righty killer. Great numbers versus righties for him. And he's facing Marquez, who has not been great versus lefties this year. He has given up a 293 batting average and a 486 slugging to lefties. And Lamb is a career 270 hitter with a 492 slugging versus righties. So in Coors at third base, I think I'll probably pay down from Arenado to Lamb. I think Lamb's in a better spot here, and he has a lot of power in this spot, so I think he has the potential to go deep here. In the outfield, let's start out with Charlie Blackmon at 5,400. Blackman's having a really down year in terms of batting average. Last season, he was hitting in the mid-300s. I think he was hitting 340. So at 276 right now, that's a bit low. But what I do like to see is that he's really picking it up at home. He started the season off really slow at home in Coors, but lately he's been really hitting the ball well at home, up to a 309 batting average in Coors Field this season. And Blackmon crushes the ball versus righties, and Shelby Miller has been really bad versus lefties in his career. Miller has given up a 268 batting average and a 433 slugging versus lefties, compared to a 229 batting average and a 351 slugging versus righties. So as a lefty, Blackmon who does have a .519 slugging versus righties this year. I love him in this spot. And Blackmon, as I mentioned, does notoriously crush the ball at home in Coors, and he is a .343 career hitter in over 1,700 at-bats at home. So I love Blackmon here. And then finishing out the mini Coors stack that I'm going to roll out is Carlos Gonzalez at 4,300. He's always pretty underpriced for a guy that hits cleanup versus the righty. It's going to be pretty popular, but I love him in this spot. Just mention how bad Miller is versus lefties, and Gonzalez crushes the ball at home, .323, .581 slugging, and great numbers versus versus righties for Cargo. He is .290 this season with a .490 slugging versus righties. So great numbers, and it's pretty cheap for playing in Coors batting cleanup. So there you have it. Those are 6 plays I like for tonight. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Good luck today.